We're already 3 months into the year, and if you're still struggling to make your first 3K, 5K, 10K per month online, don't panic. I got you. I've already helped hundreds of guys go from stuck bouncing between business models to making their first 5 to 10K per month. And if you stick with me for the next 15 minutes or so and follow exactly what I'm going to share with you in this video, it's unreasonable for you to not hit at least 6K per month in the next 4 to 6 months. So if you're tired of watching everyone else on social media win while you're still stuck in the same place, give me 15 minutes and I'll change your life. Let's get straight into it. Oh, and by the way, this is exactly what I would be doing if I was a complete beginner getting started today. So the first thing you need to understand is the reason you're not making 5 to 10K per month is because you are not providing 5 to 10K per month worth of value to the marketplace. The amount of money you make is directly proportional to the amount of value you provide to the marketplace. And so you should be looking for ways that you can actually learn something to provide that value to the marketplace. And now there's a lot of different business models that people will tell you about. They'll tell you about, things like drop shipping, things like SMMA, building an agency, etc. The problem with a lot of these is that they're just too complex for a beginner. You see, a lot of these business models literally have like a 5 to 10% success rate because they require multiple different skill sets being needed at the same time. Think of something like drop shipping, for example. You have to learn how to find a winning product. You have to learn how to market that product, whether it's through creating content or running ads. You need to learn how to scale your ads. Things like SMMA, you need to learn how to create an offer. You need to learn how to do outreach to get clients. You need to learn how to fulfill to those clients. You need to learn how to scale your business and much, much more. And so what you really should be doing is you should be looking for something that doesn't require a ton of startup capital, something that doesn't have a ton of competition and it's not like saturated. And you actually shouldn't be looking to start a business. 90% of businesses fail in their first year because people who don't have enough skills go in and think that they can crush it with the business. No, you should actually go in, take 2 steps back, learn a skill, apply that skill, build your name around that skill. And then when you have skills and you've stacked skills in the right way, which I'll show you how to do in a second, you can then start a business and you can scale. And so what that really brings us to is the idea of remote sales, where you can go and learn the skill of sales, go into a business, still make your 5 to 10K per month, and you can still have the long-term scalability of being able to use that to get you to the next levels down the line. And it doesn't have a ton of competition. There's not too many people talking about it still right now. And it doesn't require upfront capital for you to actually learn the skill of sales. And so that brings us to step 2, which is getting your first prospect interested. So you need to first learn the skill of sales, which is pretty simple to do. There's tons of YouTube videos. I teach it obviously inside of my one-on-one coaching program. But step 2 is once you've learned the skill of sales, you need to actually go in and start working on a position. And now there's a bunch of different ways to do this, but I primarily recommend using Instagram because you can find ideal clients to work with that are very efficient and they also sell expensive things. And so your ideal client is somebody who's creating organic content on social media. They have a high ticket offer. And the reason why we're looking for somebody with a high ticket offer is because when you're doing sales inside of a business, you get paid a percentage of every sale you bring in. So if you're selling something that's $20, you could get paid 10% of that, which is only $2. If you're selling something that's $10,000, if you get paid 10% of that, that's $1,000 every single sale. You also want to find a business that has good proof of concept. So a lot of businesses out there are still just getting started. You really don't want to work with any business making less than about $20,000 to $30,000 a month because these businesses, it's just a gamble. Because if you go in and work with them, you could crush it, but you might also have a ton of issues that they're facing inside of their business that would stop you from making money. For example, they might not get enough leads for you to do sales inside of their business. So if you have a business that's a little bit more vetted and they have good proof of concept, they have a ton of social media content, they have good student results, things like that, then you know you're on a good offer. And then also you want to find a business in a good niche. So for example, if you hate, let's say you're big into fitness, but you hate the idea of going on a keto diet. Well, you shouldn't work inside of a business that teaches people how to lose weight with a keto diet. So really just got to make sure it's a niche that you actually want to do. So the first step is optimizing your profile. So get a couple pictures of you out on Instagram, make it seem professional, make it seem like you actually know what you're doing. Don't have like dumbass pictures of you going to concerts or getting drunk with your friends or all this like stupid shit that's literally just unprofessional and only going to hurt you. It's time to take this shit serious, build a good profile, You can look at my profile on Instagram for an example. It's really, really simple, but it's what worked for me. And now, when it comes to actually finding these ideal clients, you have to look at this criteria and you have to know this criteria. But there's a couple ways that you can find these people. These people are all over Instagram. And so, what I recommend doing is finding one person. Once you find one person, there's a lot of different ways you can literally just look around Instagram. Once you find one person, you can use the chaining, the connections, or the ads method to find more. Now, chaining, basically what it is when you find that one person, there's a little carrot on Instagram or a drop down that if you press it, it's going to recommend similar accounts. And so you find one person, Instagram is going to recommend you 20 more of these people. And then each one of those, you can also do this drop down to find more recommended accounts. And this literally opens up a pool of hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of people. And then you just have to go through the checklist to make sure that they're actually an ideal client. There's also the connections method where instead of doing that drop down and finding recommended accounts on Instagram, you can go to the people that they are following because there's a good chance that they're also following other business owners doing something similar. So you can do that. And then there's also the ads method. So if people are creating content or running ads on social media, you can engage with their ads as if you were like almost going to buy their thing. And then Instagram is going to think that you're interested in that type of stuff. And they're going to, by nature, in their algorithm, send you more of these kinds of people. And so you can use all three of these to find ideal clients all over Instagram. And in terms of reaching out to these people and having conversations, you're going to want to reach out to anywhere from 30 to 50 of these people per day to land your first position. It's only going to take you like 1 or 2 hours a day. But you want to do personalized outreach. So a lot of people think that they can just create a copy and paste message and just go spam it out to hundreds of people every single day, but that doesn't work. That's what lazy people do. And if you want to actually stand out and crush it in this industry, you have to do a little bit more effort, and it takes you so much further. So instead of, having a copy and paste script that you send out to people, personalize it based on their account. Hey, John, I love your recent video talking about how to lose 20 pounds with a keto diet. I think it's really, really valuable, and I think more people need to hear it. Blah, 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 blah. Then you can go into your pitch. Now, if you have any confusion or questions about outreach, I have tons of videos on my YouTube channel you can go through and find. I've literally created videos where I give you exact scripts that you can use to reach out to businesses on Instagram to land your first client. It's really, really straightforward. A lot of my students in my one-on-one coaching program land their first position in usually minimum of like 7 days, maximum of like 21 days. So what this literally means is you can learn the skill of sales in like a week. You can go in, start doing outreach, land your first position in your first like 2 weeks. And now you're working inside of a business, making money in 3 weeks. Now you're on track to make anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 per month, usually starting off as an appointment setter. So you can see how this can pick up pretty quick compared to a lot of other business models that people talk about. So landing your first role, again, you're going to send messages out to people. What you're going to do is you're going to do the personalized Loom video approach. And nobody does this on social media because everyone's so fucking lazy. If you just do this, you will stand out from your competition. So you're going to send your first message to business owners on Instagram, and you're going to offer them to send a video introducing yourself and how you can apply sales inside of their business. So, hey, John, just saw your recent video talking about how you help people lose 20 pounds with keto diets. I was curious if you had any spots open on your sales team for appointment setters. If you do, I'd love to work with you. And if you'd be down, I could send you over a video introducing myself to show you how I can help you. Again, on my channel, I have hundreds of videos, probably not 100, but dozens of videos talking about how to do the personalized Loom video approach. You just want to introduce yourself, super, super simple. Then you're going to get on interviews and you're going to land your first position. And again, this process here of actually landing your position literally takes like 7 to 21 days, guys, if you lock in and if you actually put in the work. So then step 4, and this is where it gets fun. This is where you can kind of get the long-term scalability. So we talked here about the long-term scalability and how that's super important, because you want to be able to use this as going from step 0 to step 1, but you also want to be able to use the things you learn going from step 0 to step 1. That's going to get you from step 1 to step 5. So a lot of people, for example, start off as an appointment setter, but you have to continuously elevate your skill. And this is why I said the timeline here is literally infinite, because even for me to this day, after making over $1 million cash collected online and having multiple $50,000 months, I'm still elevating my skills every single day. I'm still learning new things that I'm not that great at. And that's even more important for somebody that's just getting started. So a lot of people start off as appointment setters. They learn the skill first of appointment setting and they go in and work inside of a business. And that'll get you usually to the point of making, at the low end, like 3K per month. At the high end, like I've seen people make 8K per month. I've seen people do even more, but I just don't want to set like the wrong expectations with this. That will kind of get you to this range, but it's going to be very hard for you to get further than that. So as you're doing this and as you're putting in the work, spend a couple hours every single day on the side, advancing your skill set and learning new things. And this is where the next level kind of comes into play, which is high ticket sales. High ticket sales is a little bit more of an advanced skill set. It's a little harder because now you're actually learning how to sell over the phone or over a Zoom call versus setting. Like I've seen people literally making 5K per month, working a couple hours a day, doing DM setting. So they're just typing messages on a phone for a business owner. It's crazy. High ticket sales though is a little bit tougher, but as a byproduct, you're providing more value to the marketplace. You can make more money. I've seen people doing high ticket sales making anywhere from 5K on the low end. Maybe they're first just getting started, or maybe they're not on a great offer, to 20K per month if they're really good at what they're doing and they're on a great offer. And then this keeps going even further. So when you're doing high ticket sales, you're probably working, I don't know, let's just say 40 hours a week. Maybe you're making, let's just say for the sake of this argument, 12K per month. You spend a couple hours every single day or every single week learning different skill sets. And now you can become what I call a scaling operator, where instead of just doing sales inside of a business, you can help that same business with other things. You can help them create content on social media, maybe using AI to assist them, giving them content ideas. You can help them optimize their ads. You can help them build out a sales team or maybe manage their sales team. You can help them build systems and tech and AI inside of their business so that they don't have to work as much. There's a lot of different stuff you can do, and it's going to be really dependent on the business you're working in at that time. But the whole point of this is the amount of money you make is directly proportional to the amount of value you provide. And so when you're first getting started off, you have to go in, you have to learn a skill, you have to actually learn how to be able to provide some value, and then you have to apply that value into that business. But as you build your skills, you'll be able to provide more and more value over time. And this is literally the journey. This is the roadmap that you need to follow. Now, there's a couple different ways that you can actually elevate the skill and learn how to provide more value. These are the ways that I've found to be best personally for building my skill sets and improving over time. The first is working with a coach. And I'm not just saying that because I help people and I do one-on-one coaching, because I don't really care if you pay me or not. I pay people all the time though. I learn skill sets. I learn new things. I invested into like a YouTube program fairly recently. But the point is I've probably spent over $100,000 at this point working with different coaches and coaching programs that taught me different things. And that's why I built these skill sets to where I am today. That's why I'm able to provide the value I do to the marketplace and make money. That's how it works. And so don't be afraid to spend a little bit of money to learn skills that you'll be able to apply and make that money back with. The next thing you can do is do call/DM reviews. So especially if you're doing appointment setting, like what I would usually do is at the end of my day as an appointment setter, I would spend 30 minutes to an hour just going back and reviewing all my conversations, maybe reviewing my, I also did phone setting for a little, so reviewing my actual calls that I took, and I would look for improvements. It's like some of the best sports players in the world, like LeBron James or Cristiano Ronaldo or people like that, they watch themselves play. They watch their tape back and they look for improvement. You got to do the same thing, just at a smaller level. Then you can do role play. So again, the professional athletes, they practice. They actually go out there and pretend as if they're playing a game for their practice. They're practicing different stuff and they're preparing themselves for the main event. So this is what role playing is. Basically, role playing is practicing with another human being and they're going to give you different objections that you can practice on. This makes you better. And it's literally just a game. And there's also YouTube. So if you have a specific problem, you can obviously use YouTube to kind of overcome that hurdle. You could also maybe use AI, ChatGPT, whatever, to improve that. But the point is you need to elevate your skill sets. And so to kind of summarize the roadmap here, going from complete zero, if that's where you're at right now, maybe you've tried a couple different business models and nothing really has been too successful for you, to making your first 5.8K per month. I picked that specific number because that's what I did when I was first getting started. If you want that, you need to follow this roadmap. Step one, you need to not start a business. You need to find something where you can pick one skill, learn that skill, start applying that skill into a business. Then you're going to start actually putting that skill into practice and working inside of a business. And if you do this right, you can literally do this in like 2 to 3 weeks from now. Then once you're inside of that business, it's a constant game of elevating and improving your skill. So now here's the thing. If you don't want to waste months figuring this all out on your own and you want me to personally help you, because I've already gone through this entire process myself, go from 0 to 5K per month, and even beyond that to 10K, 15K per month, step by step. I'm now working with a few serious people for my one-on-one coaching program that I'm opening up a couple of spots for in the month of March. However, spots are limited. It is one-on-one. So I don't work with hundreds of people every single day because that wouldn't be possible. So spots are limited, and I only work with people who are serious and truly committed. But if that's you, you can go down to the description. You can find where it says apply to work with me, and you can follow the steps to get started. But if this is your first time seeing my channel, maybe you're not quite ready for that one-on-one help yet, and that's totally fine. I got you. The next video right here that you're going to see pop up on this video will walk you through how one of my students actually applied this and some of the results that he's seeing. So you can kind of see what it actually looks like for somebody to go from watching my YouTube videos, actually applying this stuff and seeing the money that he makes now. So you can check that out. But other than that, you guys take care. Have a great rest of your day.